Let's be honest, life is a bitch. I cannot even begin speaking about all the demons I'm battling, and it's probably the same for you. Despite our best efforts to be a superior man like Thor's, defeating our inner division like Naruto, or being the epitome of freedom like Luffy, life just keeps slapping you in the face, doesn't it? And I know because it slaps me too. You may not see it, but our life is probably closer to guts than many other protagonists in anime. Thankfully not as bad. Can I ask you, do you think you have an excuse to give up? Guts' entire life is struggle, betrayal, trauma, loss, yet he never quits. Why? In life ultimately there's always two choices. And they boil down to living or dying. And in Berserk and our own lives, giving up or persisting. In other words, surviving. Let's be honest, there are thousands of anime worlds I would happily, and you as well probably, go into without batting an eye. They either have superpowers, super cool, fantastic, colorful worlds, or baddies. And in a heartbeat I would go to most of them and leave this world behind. But Berserk's universe is not one of them. Guts is a tougher man than I am, because where I would have chosen to give up, he persisted and survived, and fought. Reflect on your own life and people around you. How easy is it to play the victim? And when something in life goes terribly wrong, and you lose money, time, a relationship or a friendship, how easy is it to feel sorry for yourself and blame circumstances? Do not avoid accountability, but do not feel shame. It is hard to get out of the rut we sometimes fall into. But as I normally do, and if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, I tie down the anime scenes or characters that I found interesting or that you guys have recommended me and translate them into feasible and actionable steps that we can do into our own lives to become more like these people in the screen that we admire. So as I carry on speaking about Guts, I will speak about two occasions where he refused to play the victim card. One of them being very real and applicable to the real world. He was raped and abused by his guardian. Like with many people that this unfortunately happens to in the real life, it scarred him. When he broke out of that situation, he still had nightmares often about it. Not to blame, of course. When something terrible is happening to us, it is not as simple as for it to stop happening for us to forget all the damage it's done. Be it bullying, be it rape, intimidation, whatever it may be. These things that makes us feel like less, even when they stop happening, leave a deep imprint in us. But like I said in my Canute video, the world today facilitates weak hearts. Because Guts didn't have that option. He did something to actually overcome the trauma. He faced it. It is normal to want to forget the trauma and run away, even in thought. But a problem solution can't begin without its acknowledgement. It is important to speak about it, to understand it, to break it down, to be bigger, and to move past it. In a perhaps inappropriate comparison, when you tackle a math problem about Johnny having 20 subs and having to divide it with this person and that person and whatever, you need to understand every factor implicated. And this is an effective way to actually tackle with any kind of trauma. Breaking it down, realizing that the other person may be weak in themselves or pathetic, or not something that we should worry about. Or perhaps that it was our own lack in some way that made it happen. Or that we didn't need to let it happen to us, that we shouldn't let it define us now. By tackling it from the very core all the way up its foundation, the dismantlement of this kind of trauma or scarring that we may have as hurt people that we all are, is what makes the process of undoing all of this damage a lot more possible. Sometimes it's more complicated than childhood trauma. Sometimes you may feel like the world is against you and everything is an arduous battle. And it takes all of your being and all of your effort to perform any kind of task. Before I carry on with that train of thought, let me tell you, you are not alone. And I, Lazarus, I believe in you. Believe in you too. You are not alone. Because I sometimes too share this feeling. So remember the people that are there for you, or that love you, or that believe in you and are rooting for you. And then look at Guts' whole life. Guts started living in literal hell. When the eclipse happened, he got branded with a mark which made it so monsters would chase him every single night, so he could no longer ever be restful. And forget being restless, he also got scarred for life. Every bad thing that you could possibly imagine happened to him that night. He got badly hurt, he lost one of his limbs. The woman he loved got raped in front of him. All of his friends died. And to top it all off, the culprit of this is somebody that you also really cared about. He was your best friend. And after this traumatic event, now you can't rest at night ever? He was fighting demons, metaphorically and literally, every single night as they go after him, and every single moment of consciousness with all of these thoughts and all of this bullshit he's had to tackle. But how do you keep moving forward when life breaks you down repeatedly? How did gods keep moving forward after having a childhood of rape and abuse and being a mercenary from a young age into going into war, having to battle wars all the time, even against 100 men, getting shot, cut, all kinds of things, all kinds of wounds. And then the eclipse happening, and then your nightlife is just, you cannot rest anymore. How has he persisted through all of this? Is he so unique or so special? Is this something that's just fiction? Thankfully, it is just fiction. But we have seen repeatedly throughout history the capacity of the human indomitable spirit, the sheer grit that you are capable of. I'm sure that by now you've already had some bullshit happen in your life that was very hard to overcome, yet look at you, still alive here, maybe hanging by a thread at the moment, but you get back to your feet at some point. Let me be a little more intimate and tell you about my difficult last 8 months. A couple of years back I started looking at how to be my own boss and do business by myself. Needless to say, about a year of failure, I found a model that suited me and that I was doing and getting results from. I had an agency that used to work for solar companies. However, it didn't fulfill me. So I quit it and I went to Spain to get closer to my parents as we grew up with a very bad and traumatic bond. So I tried to make amends now that I am an adult and all of these things. But things went terribly wrong. I realized that I couldn't do it and I had a need for distance in order for a relationship to be better. However, in my time there, I got scammed. I got scammed by somebody online and they took a lot of my money, pretty much all of my savings. With my last saving grace, I came back to the UK where I've been for the last 8 months. Settling down in the UK was a bit difficult. For the past 8 months, I've been break even at the end of the month with the money that I was earning, be it through my security part-time job and all of these things. But I couldn't really make it to the end of the month and I've been trying to get other jobs and do some other things on the side. But it's just been mistake after a mistake, and then a breakup that I had, some arguments with some friends, and maybe somebody watching this is in a more unfortunate situation than me, but it was quite crazy that I had to just eat like dry pasta for a whole week at times, adding some salt and pepper. And by at times I meant at the last week of every month before I got paid. I was in both emotional and financial distress. But like everybody that does not give up, I eventually have gotten back to my feet. I've got a good paying job at the moment and I'm still here, and I won't stop with these videos because this is my artful expression and what I want to do, and I won't give up. That's not my ninja way. And likewise, I believe in you and I don't want you to give up either. We may not have met, but the same characters and animes move us. Also because of that, I know I'd love you, that I would want the best for you. So remember, your struggles do not define you, your actions do. Your responses do. Never ever ever give up. You've got a tremendous gift to give to the world and a tremendous light that you're capable of emitting upon us. So please, for the sake of me, for the sake of you, for the sake of the whole world, don't you dare give up. By the way, I script myself, not fucking ChatGPT and whatever. So if you appreciate this more human, less faceless YouTube and whatever, just not to throw shade on anyone, but I'm in the game, so I know that most people just use AI, thumbnail, script, voiceover, everything. And fair play, but I want to talk to people heart to heart. So if you appreciate this, like I appreciate you, please support me in my kind of dream and what I like to do. Completely free for you to just give a like and a comment. I'd appreciate it very much. Strive to be 1% better every day, and much love.